What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between ROG Elfi and LucifroN. This is a Terran versus Protoss matchup. We are here on the map Daybreak, and as always, we will be starting off the match with some player information. Let's begin here in the upper right-hand spawn position with our blue Protoss player, ROG Elfi. Elfi took second place at the World Championship Series Finland Nationals. This was on July 28th of this year, and then also on October the 14th, he took second place at the ASOS ROG Invitational. His opponent down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position is our red Terran player, LucifroN. LucifroN took second place at the ESL Pro Series Spain Season 9 on July 21st of this year, and then on September 16th, he took third place at the 2012 World Championship Series Europe Finals. Alright guys, that is some player information to start the match. Let's go ahead and hop right into things, beginning with a very standard 10 supply deal here over for LucifroN, which he should be following up with a no. Wow, his resources are a bit low. I was wondering why that was. It is because he has queued up SCVs, and that is going to indicate to us that he is, of course, delaying that first barracks. Quite possibly will be coming out with a very early expansion. In fact, that's pretty much what I expect here from LucifroN. So it looks like we will be seeing an early expand from LucifroN. Should be building that command center in just a few more moments. Back over here for Elfi, things do appear to be pretty standard. We've got that first pylon, gateway, and a simulator coming through. This will be followed up with another pylon and a cybernetics core, most likely, unless he tries to deviate as well. Nearing those 400 resources, LucifroN moves down and will be building that command center right up here to start to formulate that frontal wall off, instead of building it in a more vulnerable position down here where this probe can really do a lot of damage. So we can see as that probe scout moves in, we're going to see LucifroN peel off with this SCV here and engage that. Of course, that is to be expected, otherwise that probe would cause a major headache here to that building SCV of the command center. Also now finishing his wall off with a barracks up here, and this does of course trap the probe inside of the main, allowing LucifroN to get a kill on that. Once his first Marine does finish, as soon as that barracks completes, he'll get to building that pretty much right away. Another barracks also in construction right now, really not worried about getting any Vespene anytime soon, especially since he's going to need to do double orbital commands, one for that main and then one for that natural orbital. You know, he's going to require a lot of minerals, so holding off on that Vespene right now, holding off on building that refinery to make sure he can come out with those Marines and get those orbitals going as soon as possible. It does look like Elfi has responded with an expansion of his own after, of course, seeing that LucifroN had gone command center first. It decides, you know, why not get one myself? It's either that option or stay on one base and try to push. That's a little bit risky though. If you stick on one base and you try to push, let's say Elfi tried like a 4-gate or a 3-gate in a robo, the problem is that if that Terran player just builds up a couple of bunkers, fills them with Marines, and then gets some mass repairing, if your push doesn't do a lot of damage, then you are in a lot of trouble. So I would say the safer thing to do in this situation would be for a Protoss player to get that expansion, and again, that is exactly what we are seeing Elfi do here. LucifroN now moving up with an SCV scout of his own. We'll be checking those gases. You just see that one assimilator right here on the right. Second assimilator now getting placed down for Elfi. Also that first zealot making his way across the map. After that, we will be seeing a stalker come through, and of course that warp gate research is also coming out of that cybernetics core. Now transferring down some workers, the Nexus at the natural has completed, and speaking of finished expansions, LucifroN is now done changing that command center into an orbital command, and will now be working to saturate that expansion, coming down with a few SCVs from his main and then just building some out of that orbital as well. Great thing about that double orbital early on, what we're going to be seeing it come into play here for LucifroN is that he gets to take advantage of that extra mule action, and this early in the game that really pumps up your mineral gathering. Definitely going to help him a lot to get things going here. Moves out to the Xel'Naga tower with his first few Marines, shooing away that Zealot. Zealot will be making his way probably just to this tower. I don't see a reason why he has to go all the way back home unless the Stalker is going to sit at the tower. We'll have to see which one he decides to use. Stalker is the safer bet there because of the fact that the Stalker does have that speed advantage over Marines, allowing him to get away much, much easier if he sees any Marines pushing across the map. A Stalker is actually now making its way towards the other Xel'Naga tower, and the Zealot now takes control there of this one. And back in the main, we are seeing a robo come out. Also some more Stalker action, factory transition moving through. Stalker tries to move to the tower, runs into some Marines, and almost gets taken out with some stutter step micro. Marines very, very close to dropping that Stalker. Luckily, quickly for elfi. Was able to sneak away, but look at how damaged that Stalker is. Now he will recharge his shields, but come any engagement, this Stalker is going to be pretty much at half effectiveness because he will get dropped much quicker than any full health Stalkers. I guess that's a pretty obvious statement though. We've got a group of Marines now moving out to the tower. We're going to see that Zealot shoo away, and that one Marine's just going to sit there for now. Take a look in the mains here for both players. Factory now finished. Starport coming out. He's got a tech lab sitting right there. I do wonder if he's going to do that right away and come out with a Raven or Banshee early on. Both of those things are a possibility. Now, an early Raven really good not only for detecting observers, but also, you know, just using it for point defense drone once it accumulates enough energy. He has decided, however, to go the Banshee route. We'll also be coming out with that cloak research, so we will be seeing some cloak Banshee harass from LucifroN. My concern for him, though, is that there's already a robo and some observers in play. We've got at least one in play right now. Yes, we do have just that one. Should probably be seeing a second one, especially once he spots that starport with that attached tech lab. Gonna expect him to at least produce one more observer to guard his main. I actually almost expect him to produce two observers, one to guard the main and one to guard the natural over there. But again, he does not know about those Banshees quite yet. He'll be finding out in just a moment, though, as his observer makes his way towards a natural expansion, and now actually cutting it in a little bit to make his way into the main. And here comes the scout of that very important information. So there it is. Immediately, observer comes up in production. Also, keep in mind, he's got a robotics bay working. As soon as that finishes, which it has now just done, he will be able to come out with some Colossus, although probably we'll be seeing just this one, maybe a second one to follow that up, unless he decides to go straight for Colossus. There is a second observer, and it's a good idea, you know. Guard your main mineral line, guard your natural mineral line, and have that third observer doing the forward scouting for you. That's going to be the all-around best thing for him. All right, we've got that first Banshee making the way to now the natural expansion. We'll be trying to get some worker kills. Bunch of anti-air here, though, to contend with, so this is certainly a concern for him. Now, without any observers, he's actually able to get a few shots off. Might be able to take out a couple of these sentries. We'll be close. We also have a cannon coming down. Takes out the one sentry. Going to go for a second, but here comes the observer forcing him back. Is he going to take... Oh, loses the Banshee. How unfortunate there for LucifroN. Second Banshee now moving forward to try to see what damage he can do. He was able to get, what was it, one or two sentries? He got a few kills there. It didn't exactly pay off, though. They're about the same in resources lost right now. You can see 350 each after this Banshee takes out these Zealots sitting at that Zelnaga tower. Transition now into heavy bio is what we'll be seeing from LucifroN. We're also seeing Colossus play come out for elfi, as we mentioned prior. The thermal lance being researched, also the 1-1 upgrades being researched. Observer with some anti-air takes out the Banshee, and that is it. That is going to do it for Banshee harass from LucifroN. Yeah, that's all she wrote. No more Banshees to follow things up here. Now switching into the double medevacs out of that reactor starport, and now just sticking with that bio as well. He's at 00 upgrades, although he does have the 1-1 in production right now. You can see this huge production tab. It's both players macroing like crazy. elfi now coming out with a third base over here. Do we have another command center that has been built yet? No, not yet. No third command center built yet. A lot of times you'll see that in the main at about this timing, but he's just sticking on these two bases for now, continuing to mass up his forces. Still coming out with a missile turret out front just in case any DT walk by, but at this point in the game it's pretty much to spot any observers that may be moving into scout and hopefully get like a little sneak kill on them if at all possible. Stimmed up Marine moving out to get some scouting information. Let's see where he is queued up. Oh, looks like that queue has stopped. He's being manually controlled right now. Moving somewhere over to the right. Bio leaves the Zelnaga tower, pushes back with the main force. He will be walking right by the observer, so elfi does know what he's up against right now. As it does appear like LucifroN is making his way across the map, or is he just going to sit at the tower? Interested to see if he does decide to push right now. Do have a couple of Vikings in the mix, 2 Vikings to be exact, with 3 more in production. So he has a second starport. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. 4 Vikings in production. He's going Viking heavy now to deal with the upcoming Colossus. Now, did he spot the... Yes, he did. Okay, so we did spot the robotics bay. So he does know that those Colossus are in fact coming. May have also scanned somewhere. Nothing that I saw, but it is possible. Scouting Marine spots the third. Let's see if he's going to make his move right now. LucifroN does appear to be doing that very thing. Now moving to that second Zelnaga tower. Storm research also coming out. Transition into High Templar will be taking place for elfi. He's already got 3 in play. Gathering some energy for when that storm research does finish. Forward scan. Spots the army moving down. He knows what's coming. Vikings moving forward to engage with those Colossus, forced back by some anti-air. And the bio moves down, stimming up to move out of the storms. Vikings. Uh-oh. Viking count very low right now. Anti-air takes care of those pretty easily. An Observer Scout moving over there. That's really cool. Observer Scout checking for drops from this position. I really enjoy that placement, to be honest with you. We also have this Observer over here, and one now scouting the main force. As LucifroN's initial attempt at an engagement at a third was thwarted there. Elfi was able to respond very, very quickly. No drops taking place, although he is pulling back with some of his force here to guard that main just in case any of that does happen. More bio reinforcements now moving out. Also, LucifroN has moved into a third. He's seeing an engagement over here in the middle. Guardian Shield goes down. We're going to see those High Templar move forward to try to get some storms, get enough energy for at least one here. There's a storm. Doesn't hit much of anything, though, as the bio pulls back in time, and a drop now also occurring in the main. There's a storm and some Zealots to deal with that, though. That is not a problem. Quickly handles that. Bio gets picked off from Elfi in the center. The rest of the force back over here. Very nice defense there. Elfi prepared for that drop. Now transferring over into an Archon as well. And we've got, might be seeing another attempt to drop as this medevac peels off to the upper left. It is very uh-oh! Medevac's caught in the center of the map. Stalkers take that out without issue. More upgrades coming out. These are now 3-3 upgrades for Elfi. And more Colossus. LucifroN just sitting at the 1-1. He doesn't even have 2-2 researching. Oh, snap. That is going to be painful. As soon as Elfi finishes those 3-3 upgrades, LucifroN will be far behind. Now, Mobius Reactor is coming out, so we're going to see some Ghost here. Although none in play yet. Like to see him try to come out with a few of those, otherwise this push could hurt a lot. These snipes and EMPs, pretty crucial against those High Templar. But he can't do that right now without any Ghost. I am a bit concerned. He really has no Ghost. No Ghost. I thought maybe I was being stupid and there was something here that I didn't see, but no, there are no Ghosts at all.
Research complete.
You better start producing those. There we go. We got a couple Ghosts coming out. Mobius Reactor has finished. Now, it's important to keep in mind, you can start building the Ghost before that upgrade finishes. And what happens is, as far as I remember, as long as the upgrade finishes before the unit builds, then it gets applied to it. So he could have started building those Ghosts just before Mobius Reactor finished and had them out in time, so he would have them a little sooner. Oh, still waiting on them. They're going to try to make their way down, but this force is already here knocking at the door. Ghosts better make their ways down so they can help at least a little bit. Here come the Charged Zealots moving in. And we did see some EMPs go down. Is it going to be enough, though? That's a question. There are a lot of units still sitting over here, though. Charged Zealots moving up to help with the Archons. A couple more Archons coming out as well. This Colossus doing so much damage. 7 kills already. And that number's going to keep climbing, but oh, the stemmed up bio tearing through the Archons. And Zealots that were remaining take out that last Colossus, and they mop up the attack. Unbelievable. Look at how strong that bio is. One Zealot over here wreaking havoc. He's got 3 kills so far. How many workers have been killed? Elfi's killed off 20 workers this game. I believe there were a few in that engagement as a LucifroN peeled off a bit to try to help defend. We still have more of a push coming, though, from Elfi. He is making his way now across the center of the map, killing that destructible debris there, allowing his reinforcements to come a bit quicker. You can see he's warping in from this pylon at this position. Nice observer placement here, spots the forces, and these are a lot of Charged Zealots, a few High Templar. How many Ghosts in play right now? Just 1 Ghost in play. He does have enough energy to EMP. We'll get a snipe off after that as well. EMP is only 75-25 for that sniper round, so he can EMP and snipe right now with the second snipe shortly thereafter. See what he decides to do with the Ghost. More Charged Zealots again moving in. Storm actually ends up landing on the Zealots. That Storm lands on the Biolo. That was effective. Those Colossus sitting back there nice and safe. LucifroN, after successfully defending that first engagement, realizes he cannot defend the second one. Elfi, with that follow-up push, ends up forcing the GG from LucifroN. Great game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here for this game between Elfi and LucifroN. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Stay tuned in the future for some more SC2 and gaming content right here on the channel. And as always, keep watching and keep owning. See how fast I did that? That's slick.